What is up, everybody? You saw our part 1 video the other day talking about LSU's offensive line, all that stuff. Well, here's part 2. Wow. I don't know about you and where you're feeling on the barometer of LSU's recruiting. Maybe you're really hard to please. Maybe you're unrealistic. Either way, I don't know how you could not be absolutely excited beyond belief about what Brian Kelly and his staff are doing with this 2024 class. 2022, they were able to make sure certain guys stayed to kind of keep the program excitement alive during that transition. You know, Will Campbell, Harold Perkins, Emory Jones, keeping those guys, LT Welch even, part of that class, keeping those guys from Louisiana there, Jordan Allen. And now, 2023, we had a really strong class there, offensive line as well. Picked up a lot of guys that really we absolutely had to get to bridge that gap, as you saw with receiver being a huge part of that, tight end, really stacked at the tight end room. And you knew that for 2024, LSU were absolutely going to have to stack the defensive line, especially at the edge. And you knew DB was going to be huge. DB, defensive line, were going to be huge for this class. DB is still up in the air. Got a top 5 national safety, top 5 DB for the second class in a row, Deshaun McBride. Another local, huge talent. This is LSU could be getting all 10 of the top 10 Louisiana talents if they can also secure another high prospect DB, cornerback Wardell Mack, who a lot of people, including LSU safeties coach Kerry Cooks, has told me that he sees Mack as a future safety in the same way that Toviano was kind of molded from corner, nickel to safety. So you have Mack being someone that is absolutely huge for LSU to seal up that DB position. Got to get him. But at the same time, his whole thing has been quite a wild ride. And who knows where that's going to end up. LSU are going to have to follow that all the way down the line till signing day, in my opinion, to get Mack. But really, what has been so impressive about 2024's class has been what we've done at the edge positions on the defensive line. And it's just been really, really impressive. Okay? You have a chance here to have Ahmad Brow, Kalaj Cobbins, Colin Simmons, and Dominic McKinley, all part of the same class. Is that absolutely mouth-watering or what? Is that absolutely crazy or what? That would be an absolutely ridiculous class. And I'm telling you what right now, we were talking, LSU are on a heater right now. It is not even close to what it's about to be. On August 10th, both Caden Durham, high 4-star, should be a 5-star running back out of Duncanville. He's a teammate of defensive end, Jack linebacker, Colin Simmons, the number 1 overall rated player from Texas, number 8 overall rated player in the country. Absolute freak. You have both Caden and Colin committing on the same day, August 10th. Okay? That is going to be a special day for LSU fans. I'm telling you right now what we've been telling LSU Odyssey Tiger subscribers for the last, I think it's been about 5 days since we posted that article. That prediction article for subscribers. We said right then, 5 days ago, when we got the word, it's done. I should say 2 words. It's done. And now, after you saw Texas negative recruiting, Jimmy Lindsey, defensive line coach Jimmy Lindsey's health concerns, health emergency from yesterday, which we, not so sure what happened. Even if we knew, we're not going to put that out there. Not going to violate someone's HIPAA like Texas did. Totally negative recruiting, trying to get Colin Simmons. See, look, this defensive line coach isn't even healthy. He's having to go to the hospital. What a terrible, disgusting, disgraceful thing to do. And I'm telling you right now, that just really sealed it up even more. Texas have no chance now after doing this. Okay? I'm telling you right now what we posted in that article. Colin Simmons, Caden Durham will be LSU Tigers. Unless there's some crazy last-second NIL switch or something between them that ruins the plan. Because right now, both are prepared to commit together to go to the same school. I mean, what a special moment, what a special thing to happen. LSU has been on an absolute heater lately. Kai Bates, bringing in him at DB at corner, that's a big-time get for Robert Steeples. Absolutely had to have him come in. Possibility of Wardell Mag there in the background. Possibility of Dominic McKinley there in the background as well. Those are going to be 2 long-haul recruiting processes right there. Or should be, at least. Colin Simmons, Caden Durham committing on the 10th of August. It's coming up here. Okay. O'Ry Williams just barely committing. Joseph Big Hoss Cryer just barely committing. 2 Manny guys committing in 8 days, 9 days. Big Hoss and then Tylen Singleton. Tylen Singleton was a guy, LSU recruiting junkies, him and Big Hoss, LSU recruiting junkies were like, we're never going to get them because of the relationship between LSU and Jess Curtis is so torn and destroyed and unfixable. And I always reminded people, whenever they read our stuff or heard our videos, it's not the relationship between Jess Curtis and LSU, it's the relationship between Coach O and Jess Curtis. Coach O, it was always a dick measuring contest. It wasn't anything about the kids. Oh, they'll just come in late for Tackett, and he'll just come because he's an LSU fan and he wants to be an LSU Tiger. We'll just come in late for all these kids. Show no respect, but just when we're desperate and need a whole field, we'll just come get one of your kids at the last second. That's basically what Jess Curtis was told by Coach O for years. So no wonder he didn't like the guy. But when he sees Matt House recruiting Tackett like crazy when you knew it was a lost cause, that turned everything. That opened the door for Tylen Singleton and, Big Hoss to come to LSU, to make that change. Whereas before, Coach O is still on staff, neither of those guys are coming to LSU. But you've got an absolute definitive prospect that LSU should end this cycle with a top 5 class. When you're getting all these guys, potentially Dominic McKinley, Colin Simmons, Caden Durham, Colin Hurley, Kai Bates, Wardell Mack. we're talking about a top 5 class at least, you think, right? I mean, that's of course if, some of these guys aren't downgraded with their stars by 247 or rivals, which happens quite a bit after they commit to LSU. So if that doesn't happen, LSU should have a top 5 class. I could see where, they drop a few guys and LSU still end up with a top 10 class. Such is this class's just depth here. I'm really loving what they're doing. There's still some holes to be filled. Safety. I've been told they want one more guy. Terry Bussey, Josh Lair are 2 big prime targets. And, of course, Wardell Mack, who, they figure is also a safety prospect as well as a corner prospect. So you have a lot still to play for in the recruiting trail. Dominic McKinley still out there. Wardell Mack still out there. 2 remaining of the top 10 Louisiana top 10. You got some potential national recruits you want to add into the mix. Terry Bussey, Josh Lair. Are LSU done at receiver? Are LSU done at linebacker? I mean, I really like Christian Braithwaite a lot. I think still, though, LSU should add in another 2024 linebackers, because Tylen Singleton probably be a safety linebacker hybrid. But, Greg Penn's going to be gone after this year, most likely. There's going to be some guys who are going to be gone. Omar Spates, of course. Harold Perkins will have one more year. Christian Braithwaite will come in as a freshman this season. So, you've got some depth at linebacker, but not as much as it appears, really. You got Whit Weeks and West Weeks who will be there. I still don't like the depth at linebacker. Still don't like the depth. So, for me, get one more linebacker. Get another interior offensive lineman. Get a DT, defensive tackle of some sort. Some type of interior defensive lineman, if not 2. And continue to stack up the edge. I don't care how many, just continue to stack that edge. Colin Simmons, Dominic McKinley, Caden Durham, Wardell Mack. Those are some great possible additions. And, Terry Bussey, people like that, whether they have committed or could commit to somewhere else, they're still going to be recruited by LSU. No question. So keep it on LSUODYSSEY.com. We're going to be on fire with this stuff. But right now, we have a birthday to celebrate for a little special guy.